Has the jury reached a verdict?
Future teen court volunteers watched as students who have already been in the program for several years demonstrated how a trial runs. Students serve as judges, attorneys, bailiffs, and jurors, and it's their responsibility to determine a proper sentence for the defendant.
It is a real court. The judges, Judge Huff in Birmingham, Judge Gaines in Bessemer, do hold the kids accountable to what our jury sentences them to.
Here's how it works. A juvenile offender meets with an intake officer after being charged with a misdemeanor, such as shoplifting, possession of drugs or alcohol, or fighting. The intake officer then decides if this case is eligible for teen court. For example, the defendant must plead guilty to the crime. The defendant then meets with Fleming, where she describes how teen court works and schedules a hearing date. At the hearing, student volunteers decide what kind of sentence to give, such as community service, a curfew, or attending substance abuse classes. After a sentence has been given, if the defendant has met all of the requirements, the crime won't go on their juvenile record. As one volunteer puts it,
it's really a second chance program. It gives kids who are first-time offenders a chance to come in, go through this program, get a real kind of court experience without having to get a juvenile record, prevents them from, really gives them a clean slate.
Offenders are also required to return to teen court to serve as jurors. Fleming says this helps deter many juveniles from committing another crime by increasing their understanding of the justice system and giving them an opportunity to work with other teens who serve as positive role models.
Although Alabama does not keep up with recidivism rates, we've compared our rates to states who do. Nationally, it's about a 25 to 30% recidivism rate. However, ours here in the county is under 12. Last year it was actually 10.5%.
And the program doesn't just help the defendants.
Students received a teen volunteer training manual today to study and learn how teen court works. But the benefits really come from the hands-on nature of the program.
I've gotten 4 years of great public speaking. Conflict resolution is another big one, and I want to try to go into business, so both of those are going to be huge. And just interacting with my peers as well. I mean, that's another thing. And in a real tense environment, I think this is going to be very valuable.
Fleming says about half of the student volunteers are already interested in careers in law, while the other half just enjoys the experience. For the Southern Education Desk, I'm Erica Lembo.